Tennessee Congressman Martin Green just returned from the border. He is a Republican on the Foreign Affairs and Armed Services Committee. And when you hear Karine Jean-Pierre give these kinds of remarks and answers, it's baffling to people who are savvy to what's going on at the border, sir.
Yeah, it's infuriating because it's intentional deception. You know, when we were down there on the border, Trace, we were told by CBP that they were ordered to turn off the seismic fiber optic sensors, ordered to turn off the cameras. I mean, you look at everything, whether it's the 2023 budget for Homeland Security or this interim final rule that they're trying to implement, everything is designed to speed people into the United States. And the drug cartels know this, so they target one sector with mass waves of people. CBP pulls people from one sector of the line over to process those individuals, and then the drugs just come pouring into those empty sectors, and we witness this firsthand.
One of the things about your trip, it just reminds everyone about the fact that President Biden's never gone. Vice President Harris is never gone. And when you go and you see it firsthand, and we're looking at some of your video that you provided here, it really must shock the system. And now you see Governor Abbott making some decisions about sending migrants into sanctuary cities. And I wonder what you heard about that down there, if anything, if they're aware that the CBP knows that there is, at least the governor, trying to figure out a way to get some attention focused on this issue.
Yeah, while we were down there, we saw the news clippings from Governor Abbott sending folks to Chicago. Now he's sending buses of migrants, illegals, to New York City, Washington, D.C., and Chicago. And, you know, the CBP guys are celebrating this because they recognize it helps educate America, particularly these sanctuary cities, to what's really going on at the border.
It's amazing to me, and I want to put these numbers up on the screen if I can. This is call for number 4. This is fentanyl seizures at the border, Congressman. And you can see here through this year alone, we're talking about 10,000 plus pounds of fentanyl. That's enough to kill millions. Since 2019, it's almost 4 times the amount. And the deaths since 2019 have doubled. Now, the administration's response is, look, see, we're interdicting all this fentanyl. And you think, but wait a minute, the death rate is going way up. It means that there is a ton of this stuff actually getting through and killing people.
Yeah, when we were at the border, you know, meeting with ranchers who actually are in the areas that CBP can't cover, again, they showed those game cameras of people who are in camouflage, wearing, backpacks full of drugs. And we actually went to one of the sites where they have a drop-off point, pickup point, and there were hundreds of backpacks and carpet shoes, discarded, empty backpacks that we know were carrying drugs. They're at these drop-off sites. They meet a prearranged vehicle that then takes them all over the country. We've had in Tennessee a 50% increase in fentanyl deaths. Yeah. And that's really just one cost of the president's, border policy. Uncompensated care at our hospitals has skyrocketed. A small hospital with a $20 million increase in lost revenue due to, taking care of migrants who don't have insurance. And what happens is Americans wind up, those who have insurance, paying for that. Local jails have seen a 40 to 50% increase in incarcerations because the people who are coming across, not at the crossing sites, but are sneaking in, have all committed crimes before, many of them multiple crimes. They don't want to report to CBP, so they just come across the border. 40% increase in these jails. That's millions of dollars in daily cost to taking care of inmates. I mean, the costs are human lives, budgets of local governments, every American paying for higher hospital costs to cover the uncompensated care. It's insane what the president is doing.
I want to ask just one quick question. I won't play the soundbite. Let me just read something that Karine Jean-Pierre said to Peter Doocy yesterday about fentanyl increases. She said, so what I will say that you are seeing a 200% increase of fentanyl seizures, which means that we are doing the job of catching a drug traffickers 200%. That's what she said. Your quick reaction to that?
That's deception, because they know for a fact the CBP guys are telling them, showing them the video that we're showing them of this increase in fentanyl that is going around. And they find these empty backpacks. They find these drop-off centers. They know what's going on. They're being deceptive when they say seizures have increased and therefore we're getting all the fentanyl.
Clearly
we know
not.
the number of gotaways. Yeah.
Congressman, thank you for being with us today and for going on the trip, sending us the video, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dana. Thank you.